What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they are headquartered in Brooklyn, New York, and this is their triple dry hopped double citra Daydream. So this is an Imperial Oat Cream IPA that comes in at 8.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just under 1 month old. So I want to say it was just maybe 2 weeks ago, a little bit less. I reviewed their FLX 5th anniversary beer, which was a huge triple IPA that was brewed to celebrate the 5th anniversary of their East Bloomfield location in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. Absolutely delicious triple IPA, one of the better I've had from them in a long time. And in that review, I said, I need to pick up some more Other Half and review them. I reviewed over 100 beers from Other Half on my channel, but the vast majority of them were in the first 4 years of my channel. Last couple years, only a handful of reviews from Other Half. I kind of, toned it down. At one point, I was reviewing like one Other Half beer per week or like one every couple weeks. I don't want to get back to that level of reviewing Other Half, but like once a month, once every 6 weeks, I should be drinking some Other Half. They release some fantastic beers. I love them. One of my favorite breweries, period. One of my favorite New York State breweries for sure. So recently they did Citra Week where they release a bunch of different hop forward beers brewed with Citra hops. This was one of them. Now, I have reviewed the double dry hop version of this one in the infancy of my channel. I actually did a side-by-side comparison of the double dry hop double Citra Daydream and the triple Citra Daydream, and both of them are delicious beers. Still, my preference is to the double dry hop variant. Behind me on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans, you'll see the double dry hop double Citra Daydream behind me. One of my favorite beers. That beer and their regular Citra Daydream, which is the 6% just like single IPA, those two beers are the beers that I've consumed the most from Other Half over the years. So I thought it made sense to pick up the triple dry hop version, see how it is. So when they say it's an Imperial Oat Cream IPA, they're using a shit ton of oats and a touch of lactose. It says brewed with Citra, oats, and milk sugar. A hazy Imperial Oat Cream IPA, triple dry hop for Citra Week, and brewed with milk sugar and oats, highlighting a single hop variety Citra. And then they talk about tasting notes, which I won't read. You know what? I'll read it because I've had this beer so much time. Candied lychee, which I have for the first time had lychee, and it was okay. Lychees were all right. We'll see if I actually pick up them in this beer. It says orange sherbet and tropical fruit. So anyway, let's crack this one open, get it into the glass, see what we got going on. So I didn't pick up any of the Citra beers. I'm gonna cut myself here, but I gotta open this, so hang on. Didn't open all the way. All right, we should be good. As I spill it everywhere because it wasn't good. But I, push it down and I don't, this is just an excuse for me to get that Bounty sponsorship. I'll be honest with you. That's why I'm duffing all these pours. Now, I didn't open all the way and I didn't want to push in and potentially cut my finger because I'm an idiot, because I want some heavy duty blood thinners, and cutting a finger for me is not like cutting a finger for a regular person. Trust me. Been cut a couple times since I've been on the blood thinners and it is not pretty. Bit my tongue once, 45 minutes to stop bleeding. Just giving an indication. Not ideal. So if I'm being stupid about it, or, you guys think that, whatever, you could think that. I'm just making sure I'm not cutting myself. But anyway, I think the pour looks pretty fucking good despite the fact that I duffed it pretty hard. So what does that look like? Looks like an old school Other Half beer, that honey orange color, murky turbid, 2 fingers of this very lightly cream colored head. I would say cream colored, very creamy looking too. The head, it's definitely, looks awesome. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, I mean, this looks exactly how I remember the double dry hop version looking every single time I basically had it. So makes sense. Let's get a nose. Ooh. Wow, that's really dank. Dank tropical fruit, like a very dank, like pineapple. It almost has that like onion garlic thing going on. Yeah, wow, this is, I'm not going to say marijuana because it's not like weed-esque, but it's very dank. Wow, I did not anticipate that, and I don't remember the regular, the double dry hop version being like that. Yeah, so it has a ton of like onion, garlic, dank vibes. Underneath that though, pineapple. There's a bunch of like, I'd say peach, mango, stone fruits for sure. And then Citra, a lot of times with Citra, I'd say the 3 main things I get from Citra is obviously citrus, more often than not orange. But then I get mango and I get peach. And I think that's all hitting right here. I'm not getting in that order. Usually it goes orange, like peach, and like mango. I'm getting more of like mango, peach, and then orange. The citrus isn't as pronounced specifically in the aroma right here. That dankness is the thing that's kind of overwhelming everything. They're talking about candied lychee. Again, I don't know. I had, was it lychees yesterday? Last night? I think it was last night. Anyway, I wouldn't say lychees. Tropical fruits, sure. Stone fruit, tropical fruits, whatever. And what was the other thing they said on there? I think orange sherbet. I could see that. Honestly, for me, with that double dry hop, double Citra Daydream, the one that I've had the most of from them, I always get like orange creamsicle because you get a little bit of lactose in here, so it gives me a little bit of vanilla typically, and then the orange is usually very, very intense. Not getting the orange as much, and there's really no vanilla from the lactose, and I'm actually happy about that. And kudos to them for actually mentioning lactose. A lot of breweries don't. They do say it contains lactose right on the bottom of the can, and also says it brewed with milk sugar. Anyway, it smells really good, but vastly different than I remember this beer being. And I remember that beer when the first time I had it was like 2018, and I reviewed that one, I think, in 2019. So we're talking, 5-6 years ago, the first couple times I had it. This doesn't smell exactly like what I remember it being. It's such a different animal, but it smells pretty fucking good. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. The taste did a complete 180 from the nose and tastes exactly like I remember this beer being. It's orange creamsicle. It's like a peach creamsicle, or like peaches and cream, mango. Like the lactose is a little bit more vibrant and noticeable on the palate. And I know they don't use a lot. Again, Imperial Oat Cream for them, bunch of oats, touch of lactose. Not a shit ton, a touch. Buying this one's higher side of medium, lower side of full. Really nice for 8.5. The mouthfeel is what, and I've said this, you could go back to all of the reviews I've done with Other Half when it says oat cream anything. The oat cream, because of the oats, because of lactose, the mouthfeels are always phenomenal. I've maybe had one or two where it's like, a little bit disappointing. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. That's exactly what you get out of the mouthfeel because they use those two ingredients. And this is the exact same. Has like a mild to moderate carbonation, but it's softer than anticipated. It's very smooth and very creamy, so they nailed that. This is so easy to drink 8.5%. I usually talk about the ABV later, but I can't tell you it's 8.5 just outside of like the body mouthfeel indicating this is a bigger beer and the intensity of flavors and whatnot, but like there's no astringency, there's nothing on the palate that indicates it's 8.5. It's fucking scary drinkable. You drink 2 or 3 of these, I would be in a ditch somewhere. Some other people would be like, that's just a session for me. All I know is it hides the alcohol extremely well. The taste, forefront, a lot of citrus, mostly orange and tangerine. That hits me right at the forefront. It's sweeter, it's juicier. Then after that, peach, mango, stone fruits galore. And again, it's giving me just a slight creamsicle vibe. The orange is there, the peach is there, the mango, so you could say any one of those is a creamsicle, peaches and cream, whatever. Then the second half of the palate, this is where the beer really shines because it balances it out. I get a little bit of like a, what the hell is that? Maybe like a creamy, fleshy, like papaya or something. But on the finish, it is very dank. Herbaceous is a beautiful word to use in this situation. Has a dank herbaceousness to it. This finish is semi to full-on dry, more approaching full-on dry, mild to moderate bitterness, smack dab in the middle. So between the two, it balances out enough to, this is not a crazy sweet beer. If anything, it's more dry than sweet or bitter, which is a testament to Other Half because they're using lactose. It's 8.5%. It's a hazy. A lot of times you're just thinking mild bitterness, going to be sweeter. Does it lean a little bit sweeter? A little bit maybe, but again, the dryness really helps it out. This is very reminiscent of what I remember the double dry hop version being. I think the one difference is that dank herbaceousness on the finish is really ramped up in this one. It's very, dare I say, bombastic on the finish. Shout out to Paul over at PA Brew News. it's vibrant on the finish, and I really do dig that because it breaks up the monotony of all like this. I'm talking about vanilla, or I'm talking about peach and orange creamsicles, or peaches and cream, and this and that, and then you get to the back and it's like, wow, it's dank, it's herbaceous, it's fucking pretty dry, mild to moderate bitterness, nice. Now the base beer I typically will give, and when I say base, double dry hop. I don't know if they've ever made a non-double dry hop version of this beer. But the double dry hop version, to me, I always gave a 4.5 out of 5. Some batches were slightly better or worse than the others, but that's typically where that would land. And I don't think I'm going to go much different with this one. I might go ever so slightly higher because of that dank herbaceousness and the fact that it doesn't lean as sweet as I remember this beer being. It's a very delicious beer. Lots of complexities here, but the drinkability is the key thing that's winning me over, because a lot, and I don't know how it is for anyone out there, but I've been drinking hazy IPAs for many years now, and there became a point in time where like I loved the straight on juice and sweeter hazies. That's what I enjoyed. Over the past 5 years or so, I haven't really gravitated towards like the sweeter hazies. I want a dryness. I want a bitterness. I want something. I want balance. That's what I want. I want balance in my hazies. I don't need them to be over the top. And I think this beer has enough balance for me where I'm saying I'd like a little bit better than I remember that. Like if you put the old school double dry hop, double Citra Daydream in front of me, I don't think it would be as good as this one by a smidge. So triple dry hopped double Citra Daydream from Other Half. High 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.55. My stomach just made a weird fucking noise. I don't know what's going on there, but you need to settle down, buddy. Yeah, 4.55. So slightly, ever so 0.05 better than the double dry hop version. But this is a really beautiful beer. If you've never had any of the double Citra Daydreams, double dry hop, triple dry hop, whatever, grab them if you like Citra. If you're somebody who doesn't, can't handle the lactose or doesn't like the lactose, I totally understand. But I just fucking spilled something. I'm like, whatever, who cares? I still think it's a fun beer to try. Yeah, not much more to say about it, so throw it over here. I paid $5.99 for that can, so price point availability. I think it was like $22 at the brewery. That's fine. I mean, it's 8.5% triple dry hopped. $5.99 can, a little bit expensive, but if you bought a 4-pack, it'd be like more like $5.50. So it's kind of the going rate. Whether or not you think that's cool, hey, it's in the eye of the beholder. And then availability, it's Other Half, which means they're available all over the place. You go to their website, they ship to a fucking bunch of different states. So if you really want to seek out Other Half stuff, you can. Whether you buy it from their website, if they ship to your state, they get a lot of distro to different places. They got fucking like a half dozen breweries now all over the place. So yeah, I would say if you want Other Half and you want this beer, you can make it happen. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Like I said, I feel like this one specifically slightly better than the double dry hop version, but at the end of the day, it's very minute, the differences. And I said earlier in the review that I think the biggest one is that dank herbaceousness. If that's something you don't enjoy, you probably like the regular double dry hop version more. Me, I like it because it balances it out a little bit more, and that's kind of what I'm looking for nowadays. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. I will say be on the lookout for some more Other Half reviews going forward. Like I said, I'm trying to do them at least once a month. I figure if I review a beer once a month, typically 30 days in a month, I can dedicate 1 day to an Other Half beer per month. If not, like every 6 weeks, but we'll try 1 month. They release so many fucking beers that I haven't tried at this point. It's insane. Like I said, I've had like 250, 300 different beers from them, and that probably doesn't even scratch the surface at this point for Other Half. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Till next one. Cheers.